was a record that many thought would never be broken, but Brent Harvey was a man on a mission. The man they call Boomer broke Michael Tuck's record for most games played. Game 427 was a long time coming, but Harvey only wanted the win, and his men started strongly against St Kilda. Peter Siddle and Ricky Ponting watched on as Jared Waite battled through a hip injury to build a handy lead. If only he was feeling like Drew Petrie.
Petrie with a flyer. That gets them out of their seats.
Petrie returned to form with a standout performance, topped off by, well, goal of the night and mark of the game. And when the win was locked away, the Kangas had some fun.
Oh, he's given it to Boomer. Oh, great stuff. There it is. Handed it off to his mate.
North Melbourne making it 6 wins in a row against the Saints, while Harvey finished with 24 touches and a goal, as his men all but confirmed their 3rd consecutive finals appearance. And the man of the moment joins me right now from his home, Brent Harvey. Boomer, congratulations to you on last night. How does it feel waking up today as the game's record holder?
It was a little bit of a late night last night. We hung around the room for a long period of time, so I'm a little bit tired now, to tell you the truth. But to be honest, it was good. I got to share the moment with not only my friends but my family as well. The boys got the win, so it's a good feeling waking up and knowing that we've won. That's probably the best feeling. Yeah,
there was a massive build-up to the game. Just talk me through the emotions of the night itself. We're seeing some wonderful pictures here of you coming out with your children. It must have been one to savour, given you had your family and friends there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me it was such a big build-up, and I knew it was going to be big because it was a fairly big milestone in the AFL. But I probably got sick of my ugly mug by the end of it. But like I said, I think to run out with the kids, they were so excited from about 3 or 4 weeks out. So little Hudson, can't remember last time he ran out. He was over the moon, and Cooper and Lacey enjoyed it as well. So for me to have my family involved was unbelievable. I think the scenes at the end of the game where we sang the song, even my little nephews were in the song singing it with us. So it's something that our family remember for the rest of our lives, which is pleasing.
We'll touch on your career a little bit later in the chat, but firstly, the importance of the win last night in the context of the season. You've got a fairly tough run home. How important was it to make sure you're going to play finals?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been speaking all year just to get 12 wins, and that probably would secure a top 8 finish. So last night that was the objective, to get our 12th win, and we did that, which is fantastic because from the get-go, that was all about winning the game. So now we can reassess a few things after we've got the 12 wins. We play the Bulldogs next week. Obviously, they've been hit with a little bit of injuries, but you can't take them lightly because they're sitting above us on the ladder. Had a fairly softer draw early in the year, but we've had a really tough draw lately. So I think our last 4 games against top 8 position, teams in the top 8. So we need to put our best foot forward to win those games, but we'll start next week with the Bulldogs.
And importantly, as some players last night, and we're seeing the man on screen, Drew Petrie, right now, he certainly found some form. He pulled down 12 marks and kicked 2 really important goals. He's hugely important for your fortunes in September, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Drew's an integral part of our team. He has been for a very, very long time. I'm fortunate enough to play a lot of footy with Drew, and whenever there's been a big milestone, he always just looks at you and gives you a nod, and you know that you're going to get absolutely everything. I can remember Glenn Archer's 250th or 300th, I think it might have been, at the MCG. He kicked 6 goals in the first quarter, and when he was running out last night, he had that stilly look in his eye, and he gave me a little nod as well. So I knew he was going to come out and perform. A lot of people say he's struggling for form in terms of goals and possessions, maybe, but in terms of what he gives us in the defensive side of things, he's the leader there, and being 6'6", you don't expect that. So Drew's been fantastic for a long period of time, and I knew he was going to stand up last night. He was fantastic.
OK, Boomer, let's go back in time and talk about your career as a whole. What's been the secret to your longevity in the game, do you believe?
Oh, I think the fact that I actually love what I do. I enjoy waking up every day, and I don't think there's been one time where I've woken up and thought, gee, I don't want to go training today. When that happens, I'll probably time to put my hand up and give it away. But I love what I do. I've been blessed with some pretty good genes. My dad played a lot of footy. My brothers played a lot of footy as well. So other than that, I'm a competitor, I think. I don't like losing and I love winning. So the new guys come into the footy club every year. They set little challenges for you. 18-year-olds come in and you don't want to get out ran or out bench press. So you set little challenges along the way. But more importantly, I think it's just I love what I do.
As we know, 427 games. Is there a chance of 450? Have you spoken to the club about going on next year?
Not as yet. I think we have to get over the line in the next couple of games and see how we're going to go as a football club. I've said all along that I'll play for as long as I can if my body and my mind's right, and I'm still contributing to the team's success. So I'll sit down with Brad in the next few weeks, but there's a few things that need to align. I mean, if we don't make finals, it's going to be hard for the 30-plus-year-olds to go around again, I think. And Brad's a very honest man, so he'll give it to me how it is. But that conversation probably won't happen for a couple of weeks after we hopefully get a couple of more wins.
Well, you're certainly contributing at the moment, so I assume that means you're going to go on next year. Who's been your toughest opponent over the time?
Yeah, I get this question a fair bit, and probably a lot of people think Ryan Crowley, and he's certainly one of them. He's a outstanding tagger. But if I go back a little bit, Cameron Ling was really, really hard to play against. But the one that sticks out to me is probably Sean Hart. He's played for the Brisbane Lions. He's very disciplined, very hard at the ball. He ran really well, great endurance, good speed. And I probably struggled with him the most. But he was one that, he was certainly hard to play on, Sean Hart.
Just finally, Boomer, I know how much you love the game. What would you be doing if you weren't an AFL footballer?
That's a good question. My first year at North Melbourne, I was still completing Year 12. And then I went to Dennis Pagan and said, I'm going to start a plumbing apprenticeship with my uncle. And he said, good luck digging holes all day, son, and come in training. So I reassessed that. I didn't become a plumber. I didn't start my plumbing apprenticeship. So if I wasn't playing football, I probably would have went down a trade type of job. So maybe a plumber. I used to think I was all right at cricket, so I'd probably say play for Australian cricket, but I don't reckon that was going to happen.
Well, I dare say you've chosen the right career path. 427 games, and I assume you're probably going to go on next year, given your form. So, Brent Harvey, thank you very much for joining us today, and congratulations again on the milestone.
No worries. Thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.